D. I want to tell you guys a quick story. I guess I just go live and then see how like the algorithm deals with lives. But I want to talk about the time I got robbed in Ethiopia. Okay. So let me break this down. First, to give me a little backstory. If you don't know who I am, I'm Expat D. Oh my God, what is going on with my collar, guys? So I'm Expat D. I've been traveling, been over 35 different countries. I've been traveling since 2002. Okay, I've been out of this country for the past 7 years, and well, I consider myself to be a pretty savvy traveler. Okay, when it comes to packing, when it comes to just like having safety precautions and things like that. But well, today I'll talk to you about the time I got caught slipping. Okay, so a little backstory. I used to live in Ethiopia. Okay, and I've lived there. I've been there. So I'd say I've been to Ethiopia maybe 5, 6, 7 times maybe. All right, but one time I went there just a little bit early on when I used to live in Ethiopia. What happened was uh, traveling. Okay, when you travel on the bus, um, or there's different ways of traveling. Let me break that down. So number one, you have the bus. It looks like in America, it's kind of like the same type of bus like you see in America, like your city buses. They have like a lion on there, and that transportation, like, you really don't do if you are a foreigner. And then you have taxis, like the same type of taxi that you would take around the city or whatever, right? Like the yellow cabs, or I think they're like blue. So those taxis are, when you first get there as a tourist, they're expensive. Well, they're considered cheap because you go through the phase where you're considering everything. You're comparing everything back to your home country. So you're like, oh, that's just $2, that's just $3, that's just $4, right? But if you stay there for a while, it turns to like, there's like a minimum charge. So they might just charge you to go like around the corner, and it's the same price as if you'd go like almost across city. Okay, so after a while, I noticed like, man, this is, of course, keep in mind, this is like back before Uber. So I noticed that, hey, this is starting to add up. Okay, so with the regular taxis. So there's like these mini buses, right? Like the Volkswagen mini buses, basically like what you've seen on the Back to the Future movie, right? With them guys was chasing Marty and them in the beginning, like in front of the mall, like those little Volkswagen mini buses. That is pretty much a mode of transportation that they use there. I also seen that in Kenya. So they'd be out there, saying like the stop, like bully, 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 Rakila, 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 tilly, 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 right? And then all these people would jump on the bus, and it's really cheap. I mean, it costs like cents basically. So that's the way I used to travel when I used to go around. It was pretty cheap. It didn't really, it get crowded, but not like crazy crowded. So that's the way I would travel. So getting back to being robbed. So basically I got on that one of the minibuses, right? And I knew something seemed a little bit off. So I was dressed in a suit. Okay, so I had a suit on. I don't remember why I had a suit on, but I had a suit on. So what happened was, it was kind of crowded on the bus, and I noticed that we were riding the bus, okay, the little mini bus, and then I noticed that they told me to get off. And I was like, wait a minute, why are they telling me to stop? I'm like, this isn't my transfer, right? Because I wrote it enough to kind of know like where I need to go to transfer and stuff. So they made the bus stop at some random spot, and they made me get off. So it didn't really dawn on me like, why did they make me get off? So apparently, when you ride these buses, there's a guy, and he collects the money, right? He's the one like you get off the stop, he's calling everybody, telling everyone like where the bus is, and so what he did was I guess he was in with the person, so I didn't notice until like later on how they robbed me, and what happened was they took my suit jacket and they took the inner lining of the suit jacket and they cut it. And so they must have noticed like that I kept my money in there. So I had my money in there and I had my phone. And what happened was when we were driving, somebody, I guess they must have like sat next to my jacket so that I couldn't see because it was kind of scrunched together, and they cut the bottom of my jacket, like the inner lining out. And then when it cut out, I guess it just fell to the ground. So my money and my phone or whatever fell to the ground, and they took it. And I guess the person that was collecting the money was in on it. That's why he told me to get out so I wouldn't notice what's going on. But yeah, that's how they got me. And I'm somebody that's pretty good about this stuff, right? Like, I'm always checking for my wallet, always checking for my phone and stuff. I don't like the times that I did lose things, it's been like within seconds that I noticed that it was gone. So I'm pretty good about checking those things. But yeah, that's how they got me. All right, so yeah, let me know in the comment section, man. What are different ways? Have you ever traveled abroad? Have you ever got robbed, pickpocketed? And if so, let me know how it was done, man. So anyway, I'm Expat D. That's my story. I just wanted to share it with you. Always make sure to be careful when you're abroad. Study these different scams that go. Oh, if we talk about scams, I can go all day. Okay, because when I used to live in Ghana, that was a big thing, man. These scams and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, I'm Expat D. That's the story. Let me know something similar ever happened to you, and yeah, I'll check you out. Check me out on my channel. Check me out on my next video. Okay, peace, and I'm out. Oh, whoever sent the like, thank you for the like.